notorious B.I.G. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Big Christopher Wallace. 2020 inductee in the Hall of Fame. I think that shit is incredible. So I had an argument with somebody yesterday at my job telling me, I don't see why he made it into the Hall of Fame. He only did 2 albums, which I can understand that, you know, those 2 albums, yeah, there are 2 albums. I don't really consider Born Again and the Biggie duets as official Big albums. But you'd be surprised. Some people don't consider Life After Death an official Big album. I'm like, how is that possible? He died on March 9th, 1997, and the album came out, what, March 24th or 25th, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? I was 16 when everything went down, and I'm a strong Biggie fan, very strong, probably like in the top 200. But anyway, the reason why he's well deserving of becoming an inductee, it has nothing to do with those 2 albums. It has a lot to do with the momentum. It has a lot to do with the revival of the East Coast. I mean, damn, if you look at it back then, you know, the West Coast was booming. And the East Coast had a lot of lyricists, but they didn't have that mainstream appeal that the West Coast had. And thanks to Puff, you know, it was able to happen and take place because, I mean, if you listen to Ready to Die, I mean, it had some commercial shit. One More Chance, what? Big Papa, Juicy. And, you know, Big was still able to keep it street with Give Me the Loot, which is my shit. Machine Gun Funk, I mean, come on, man. That sample at the beginning of Machine Gun Funk, that sample was that, but I think that was Black Heat. Yeah, it was. I think it was Black Heat. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But the first 10 seconds of Machine Gun Funk, I used to play that over and over and over and over. That sample, it was just so incredible. You know, he had, what, Me and My Bitch, Unbelievable, which is another one of mine. It was the momentum of the East Coast. I mean, it's like, man, you know, we finally have somebody who has lyrics and has the swag as well to bring it to the next level. It was awesome. You can't deny that. Now, I mean, I know a lot of the ins and outs and know, you know, the whole concept about, you know, mainstream appeal. And, you know, Big was just the type of person where it was like, it just flowed so naturally. He was able to pick up on it and able to take it, you know, moderate it between both sides. You know, like, wow. I think it's well deserved. And in the second album, I mean, if you listen to the first album, everything was just so high pitched, you know. I live for the funk. It was all a dream. It was just high pitched. It was so intense. But the second album, on Life After Death, he was just more laid back. Today's agenda. Got the suitcase up in the center. It was just so much, you know, that he's been through. I mean, if you look at the stint between, what, 94? Well, we'll go back 90, even 92. We can go back to Party and Bullshit. But, you know, that last album, you can tell when Biggie recorded this stuff. I can tell a lot of musicians, you know, when they pass away in the time period of when they recorded their music, just based on their voice and, you know, just the tones of their voice. So, you know, when I listen to like Dead Wrong, I know that was some early Biggie shit, you know. But I mean, you listen to like Kick in the Door, you know, it was lyricism. It was like letting people know, like, yes, I am the king. And it was jiggy shit on that too. I love the Dope. What's Beef was another one. Niggas Bleed. It's a great storyteller. Big is one of the top storytellers in the hip hop game. I mean, shout out to Slick Rick. I got a story to tell. I mean, how many songs? Long Kiss Goodnight on that second disc. My Downfall, which is like one of my personal favorite. I'm just happy. I'm definitely happy that they are giving it to him. But I'm just in shock. Whitney Houston, y'all took long enough to do that shit. Seriously? The Voice? Bodyguard? Come on, man. She's just getting in there. But it's good. It's real good. I mean, going to Big, I mean, another thing I can say is listen to that Lil' Kim album. Listen to the first Lil' Kim album, the Hardcore. Shit, man, that track, that Queen Bitch track, incredible. I mean, that's a Biggie album. He wrote the entire album. It's like listening to a female Biggie. Well deserved, man. This motherfucker gonna argue with me about this. I'm like, I mean, and not only that, I mean, it's just the fact that when he passed away, only one album was completed. And he worked so hard for the East Coast. And he was definitely in the trenches with a lot of those guys back then. And it's just unfortunate that he was only able to see the success of one album. And I always thought about that. It just never made any fucking sense to me. I can go on a personal note, but as far as wordplay, as far as just sitting back and coming up with different rhyme patterns, can't lie to you, Big was the one. Big was the one who was like, you know what? I can moderize this. I can actually break it down lyrically and also have the swag to it. I mean, that was the prototype for me, y'all. So to see this, I'm happy about it. In fact, I think I'm going to play my downfall in a minute. This goes out to cats. Fingers in the ass again. Because they got... Let me shut up. Oh, man. Daydreaming, fuck around, get wet like semen, your whole teaming, be more gone than Freeman. I took the creaming, moved to new places. I'm serious, man. That's incredible. And I can never get tired of listening to those two albums, Ready to Die and Life After Death. And we never got a chance to see his version of what Born Again, that album, Born Again, what it would have been. So with that, I think that he definitely deserves it. I just left New York a couple months ago, went to Notorious Boutique, ran into Tiana, chopped it up with her, bought some gear out of there. And I even have something I wanted to take and give her too, because I've been talking to her on Instagram. But man, I'm geeked about this, man. I'm just so happy. I can't wait till the ceremony in May. I think it's April or May. It'll be in Cleveland. Happy about that, man. So I won't make this video long. I just wanted to just give a quick, shout out and just and express my joy for that. Great videos on the way over here. I have a dope format which I'll probably lay out. Probably do just a quick update on that. Going forward, this channel will be brought to another level. So if you are here and you decide to hit the subscribe button and you come along in the future, I'm telling you, it's about to be serious. I will be going live soon. And I'll explain a little bit more in detail. But this is not about that. This is about Christopher Wallace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, man. Somebody leave a comment. Let me know, where were you and how did you feel the day Biggie died, man? Let me know, because I can tell you, man, with me, I was so much into hip-hop at that time that when Pac died, it affected me. It affected me deeply, severely, right? And I always had it on my mind for 6 months. And there was a couple DJs that knocked on my door on that morning of March 9th. It was a Sunday morning. And it was like, did you hear the news? And the look on their face, living in New Orleans, just, I was always acquainted with bad news. And for them to knock on my door together, I knew something was wrong. This is before cell phones. So when they knocked on my door, I knew something wasn't right. And they had this look on their face. They were so down. They were like, man, did you hear the news? And I lied to them. I said, yeah, I heard the news, because I didn't want to hear any bad news, right? So we sat on my porch and we talked for a little bit. So, yeah, and they were like, yeah, the hip-hop game is messed up. First Pac and now Big. And that's how I found out right there. And when he said now Big, my heart fell to the ground. And I was like, oh, shit, what the fuck? And I just sat there in silence for a minute. I was stunned, but I had that game face on. And when they left, I went inside and cut on the news, and it was all over the news. You know. So that's my story on it. You can share yours if you want to. You guys be cool. Sam Simi. Peace.